السلام عليكم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Today we are continuing the lesson number 3. And if you can remember, in the last lesson we were able to complete our lesson number 2. And actually I believe we made an assignment, that was given. I hope you went through the assignment. And as I said, if you have any problem with the assignment, you can contact the moderators to help you with it. So today what we are doing is the main part of this particular lesson is we are going to look at Ism Tafdil at the first part, and then when we go on later we'll continue with the Adat, the Adat and then the Ma'dud. The ending of the lesson we'll look at Adat and the Ma'dud, the continuation. But in this first part of the lesson we are going to look at Ism Tafdil. Ism Tafdil. What do we call Ism? Ma'ana Ism Tafdil. Ism Tafdil is what we call in English superlative and comparative. So let's go and then look at it, then we'll come back and read from the book. So let's look at something here. Please observe. How you can see Ismu Tafdil. Ismu Tafdil, as I said, in English we call it comparative and superlative. Comparative and what? And superlative. So what does this mean even in English? We need to know what it means in English. Comparative and superlative nouns. What do you mean by that in English? We are all familiar with it. Simple. What happens is that if you have two people or more, two or more people or things, and they share similar adjective, or similar quality, you are trying to say that one is more than the other. So for example, you have two or more students and they are all tall, and you want to say one is taller than the other. So you say what? Ahmad is taller than Zaid, or Ahmad is the tallest. So that's what we are looking at. How do we say that in Arabic? You have tall, taller, tallest. In English we have been saying that. So big, bigger, biggest, small, smaller, smallest. So that pattern, that's what we mean by the comparative and the what? Superlative nouns. But in Arabic, we are now going to look at Arabic. How do we do that? So please observe. In Arabic, how we do it is that it is very simple. It is very simple. Just like in English, you have a pattern for it. Small, smaller, smallest. Tall, taller, tallest. It has a particular pattern that it follows. In Arabic too, that's the same thing that happens. So if you can observe in Arabic, most of the adjectives, they have a particular pattern. And that is, observe, Sagirun, Kabirun, Ba'idun, Jamilun, Qaribun. So if you observe the adjectives we have learned, they have a particular pattern. And that pattern is like something like Fa'ilun. If I have three letters, like this. Fa. And then Ain. And then Lam. So if I have these three letters, if you observe, most of our adjectives that we have learned, they fall within this pattern. Fa'ilun. Here we'll take fatha, and then here we'll take kesra, and then a ya will be added here. With sukun. This way. And then lun. So this is what we have seen. Fa'ilun. So just look at here. Sagirun, kabirun, ba'idun, jamilun. You see, they are all falling within this pattern. So most of the adjectives that we have learned, they fall within this pattern. Okay. So we are saying that if we want to form ism tafdil, okay, to make an adjective in the superlative or the comparative form, assuming this is the adjective fa'ilun, okay, any adjective on this pattern. If you are going to form the ism tafdil, so you see this is sifa. A sifa means an adjective, okay. So the tafdil of that particular adjective will be af'alu. Okay. Let me come. So you see, let me come. Okay. So just take the 3-letter words of that particular adjective. Then you are going to make it in this form. Af'alu. You see. So you put schoon here. Okay. Let me change it to a different color. So there will be schoon here. There will be fatha here. There will be dhamma here. Okay. Then you have to add you see. So this is the pattern of ism tafdil in Arabic. Okay. This is the pattern of ism tafdil in Arabic. So af'alu. So assuming you have this one. Okay. Assuming you have this one. Sagirun. If you're going to form the ism tafdil, it will be what? Asgaru. So sagirun means small. Asgaru means smallest. Then we have kabirun. It will be what? Akbaru. The first one will be fatha. The hamza with the fatha will always come. Then followed by schoon, followed by fatha, followed by dhamma. So here, kabirun. Just take the 3-letter words. The ya is an addition. It's a zaida. Okay, the ya is an addition. The root letters are just the 3 letters without the ya. So here, sword, ghain, and the ra. Okay, here, kaf, ba, and the ra. The ya is a zaida. It's an addition. Okay, but the root letters are just 3. So that's what we see fa'ala. Okay, then you make it in this form. So sagirun will be asgaru, kabirun akbaru, ba'idun ab'adu, jamilun ajmalu. Okay, so sagirun means small, but asgaru smallest. Kabirun means big. Akbaru biggest. Okay, akbaru biggest. Ba'idun means far. Ab'adu farthest. Jamilun beautiful. Ajmalu the most beautiful. Okay, so that is how we form the ism tafdil. That is how we form ism tafdil. So if we have something like qaribun, it will be what? Just think for a few seconds. How will the ism tafdil be? Qaribun. Qaribun means close, right? So if you want to say it closest, it will be what? Put it in this pattern. Qaribun. Akrabu. You see, akrabu. So akrabu is the closest. Okay. Okay. So I hope you have seen how it is formed. That is how we form the tafdil in Arabic. Now, let's try to explain something here a little bit. If we can observe that, we will see that the tafdil is into two categories in English. We can have a comparative and then we have a superlative. Okay. So comparative is when you are comparing between two things. You are comparing just between two things. Okay. But superlative is when you are comparing one thing to all others in the same group. Let me give you an example. Comparative, as we will say, Zaid is taller than Muhammad. You are just comparing two things, two people only. You are comparing Zaid and Muhammad. then you are saying Zaid is taller than Muhammad. So this is comparative. So in that case, you add ER. So taller than Muhammad, bigger than Muhammad, shorter than Muhammad. So when it is on that pattern, the ER, that is comparative. You are comparing just between two things. Okay, you can say Zaid is taller, and it will mean, taller than Muhammad. When you use it, we are expecting that you are comparing him, or you are comparing that thing to another thing. Okay, to another thing. But the superlative is when you are comparing one to a whole in the same group. Okay, so for example, Zaid is the tallest student in the class. So you are comparing Zaid to the whole students in the class. I hope that is clear. So in Arabic, so we have taller and then tallest. So the taller is like the second degree. Okay, the taller is the second degree and tallest is the third degree. So the second degree, like how we do it in Arabic, is like you see Zaidun atwalu min Muhammadin. So the comparative is the af'alu. It will be af'alu followed by min. Like in this statement, Zaid is taller than Muhammad. If you want to say it in Arabic, you say that Zaid atwalu. Tawilun is tall, right? We all know tawilun is tall. So atwalu is the tafdil. But if you add min to it, it will just mean the second degree, taller. Like in English, the one you add er. Okay. So if you add the min to it, it is the second level, taller. You are comparing it you are comparing Zaid to another person. I hope that is clear. But if you are saying tallest, Zaid is the tallest, you add min, it will just stand alone. So let me repeat again. In Arabic, we have just tafdil. Okay, we don't have a comparative and superlative, like separated together. Differently. We just have what we call tafdil. And the tafdil is what I showed you here, how they have been formed. They are formed in this form, like Sogirun, Asgaru, Kabirun, Akbaru, Ba'irun, Abu. Okay. But I'm saying that if you are comparing between two people, like in English, you say he is taller than this, he is bigger than his brother. So if you are comparing two people, you are going to use, in Arabic, you are going to use the tafdil plus min. But if you are not comparing just between two people, but you want to say he is the tallest, okay, that is the last degree. That's the superlative. In English, we call the superlative. Okay, the tallest. Okay, the shortest. The last degree, it will just stand alone. It will just be the tafdil alone. So it could either be the tafdil standing alone, and that will mean the highest degree. Okay, so if it is, let's say, atwalu, it will mean tallest. If it is just standing alone, it means in comparison to English, it is the one with the EST. Okay, like here, tallest. That is when the tafdil is standing alone. But if it is tafdil, like the af'alu, that I just said, followed by min, it will mean we are comparing it to someone. I hope that is clear. Okay. So Zaid atwal min. So if I just add min, meaning I'm comparing him to someone. So Zaid atwal min Muhammad. Zaid is taller than Muhammad. But here, Zaid atwal talibin. Zaid is the tallest. Here I didn't say taller. Okay, the difference is the min. When the min comes, it will mean taller. But if the min is not there, it will mean tallest. So anytime you see tafdil, like here, if I want to say Sogirun means small. If I want to say smaller, I'll just say Asgaru min. I have to add min. So it will mean smaller. The one with the ER. That's when the min is added. But if I want to say smallest, okay, it will just be the tafdil alone. Asgaru. So Akbaru min means bigger than. But if I say Akbaru, meaning biggest. So if I add the min, it will mean the one with the ER. But if the min is not there, it will mean the EST at the end. Okay, so Abadu, far. ab'adu min, farther than. Okay, but if I just say ab'adu alone, farthest. I hope that is clear. Jamilun, beautiful. But if I want to say beautiful than, I will say ajmalu min. I hope that is clear. But if I want to say the most beautiful, the highest degree, I will just say ajmalu alone. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now let's go to the book and then we'll read from the lesson. Okay, so as you can see here, there is a dialogue between Ahmad wa Aliyun. Okay, so they are having a dialogue. So Ahmad started by saying that Kam taliban fi faslikum ya Aliyu. How many students? Fi faslikum ya Ali. So why is this one mansub? Why is this one having fathatain? Ma huwa sabab lizalik? What is the cause for that? For that? Okay, what is the cause? What is the reason? Because it is tamyiz, right? It is tamyiz. Okay, he could just say kam fi faslikum. How many are in your class? But if you say how many are in your class, it could mean a lot of things. Okay, it could mean whether you are talking about the students or you are talking about the number of chairs or you are talking about something. I hope that is clear. But if he add kam taliban, how many students, he has now made the question specific. So that's what we call tamyiz. Tamyiz comes for specification, to specify your question. So we call it what? Tamyiz. And tamyiz is always going to be a mansub. It will be mansub, singular and mansub. So kam taliban fi faslikum ya Ali. So Ali answered by saying fi faslina, in our class, arba'ata ashara taliban. They are 14 students. Arba'ata ashara taliban, 14 students. So this is the adad that we are looking at. We call them the adadul murakkab. Okay. What happens is that the last time we learned the adad and the damadu from 1 to 10, right? Inshallah, in this particular lesson, we are going to continue from the 13 to 19. Okay, but it will come at the ending part of the lesson. So inshallah, when we get to that page, okay, as we go, I think around the 6th page thereabout, we will explain it there. Okay, so Ahmad says at-tullabu fi faslina aktharu. Okay, at-tullabu fi faslina aktharu. So he's saying that the students in our class, aktharu. Okay, aktharu. Fihi tis'ata ashara taliban. So in it, bimana in their class, fi faslina, tis'ata ashara taliban, the assistant students. Okay. Ya Aliyu, oh Ali. Masmut. So he's now saying that this is a question that he's going to ask. Masmut talibil jadid allazi ja'a amsi. What is the name? Masmut talibil jadid. What's the name of the new student? Allazi ja'a amsi. The one who came ams. Ma ma'ana ams? Ams means what? Yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Aliyun. Ali says, Ismuhu Usama. His name is Usama. Ismuhu Usama. Huwa tawilun jiddan. He is very tall. Alaysa kazalik. Isn't it? Okay. Alaysa kazalik. Isn't it? Okay. What happens is that, isn't it so? Or let me try to break it down. Alaysa, in the last lesson we look at laysa, right? Okay, we look at laysa, right? So alaysa itself means isn't it? Alaysa means isn't it? But if you see kazalik, this kazalik means what? This kazalik means what? Like that. Okay, like that. So isn't it like that? That is this one. That's the meaning of this one. Isn't it like that? Okay, by English we just simply say isn't it? Okay. So Ali answers by saying Bala. Oh, Bala, yes. Okay, Bala, yes. Let me try to tell you something. You see, in English we sometimes ask isn't it? Okay, that particular question, In Arabic, it will mostly come alaysa kadhalik, isn't it? That's how in Arabic, that's how we see it. If you are responding to that type of question, we don't use nam. Okay, if you use nam, it will rather mean no. As you know, I told you, I gave the book to you yesterday, isn't it? Or isn't it so? In English, you just say yes. If you say this type of question, you have to be very careful in answering it. Okay, because the question itself is already like in a negative form. So if you now say yes, it's like you are affirming the negativity of the question. So alaysa, isn't it? Okay, so that is what is happening here. That in that type of question, if you want to say what you are saying is correct, use a layman's explanation here so that you get it very well. If you want to say what you are saying is correct, as you know, I said I gave you the book yesterday, isn't it? So if you want to affirm what I'm saying, yes, you really gave it to me. In Arabic, yes, you say bala. If you say na'am in this type of question, isn't it? That type of question, in Arabic, we don't use na'am to answer it. If you use na'am, it will mean negative. For example, if I said, didn't I give the book to you yesterday? So in Arabic, I'll say, أما قدمت لك الكتاب بالأمس. Didn't I give the book to you yesterday? أما قدمت لك الكتاب بالأمس. So if you say na'am, you mean I didn't give the book to you. I hope that is clear. So na'am in that type of question is a negation. You are saying no, that thing didn't happen. You are negating. Answering in a negative context. So to answer in positive, assuming in my question, the question I said, didn't I give the book to you? If you want to say yes, you gave it to me. In Arabic, we use bala. Okay, so bala is used when you are asking this type of questions. Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, we'll look at further, inshallah. If you go further, we'll look at all these type of questions. Okay, that particular group. Okay, so but I'm just trying to explain it now here. Okay, now at this time. So this bala is used to mean affirmative, positive. Yes, that thing rather happened. But if you use nam, as I said, it will mean no. You are saying no, that it didn't happen. So huwa tawilun. He is tall. So he said bala. It's just like, of course, he's affirming it. Yes, he's really tall. Huwa tawilun jiddan. He's very tall. Walakin hamidan atwalu minhu. But Hamid is taller than him. So this lakinna. If you can remember in the last lesson, we said it is from the inna wa akhawatuha. It is from the sisters of inna. So whatever inna does, this lakinna also does it. If you can remember, we said inna has ism and it has khabar. Ismu inna wa khabaru and inna. And we said the ismu inna is always going to be mansub. So it's just like here. So assuming you say inna hamidan atwalu. Indeed, Hamid is tall. The same thing, the same grammatical effect that the inna will have. That is what the lakinna will do. Okay, so lakinna, that's why here is mansub. Lakinna hamidan. It is just the grammatical effect it has. Is the grammatical effect inna has. They are in the same, in grammar, in Arabic grammar, they have the same effect on a sentence. Inna and the lakinna. Okay, and there are others. We'll look at it later. So walakinna hamidan. So that's why the hamid is, mansub. Atwalu minhu. However, but Hamid is taller than him. So you see, atwalu minhu. Atwalu minhu. So you see the min is there. So it will mean taller, not tallest, taller. That's why the min is the minhu. Innahu atwalu talibin. So you see, now here, he used the atwal without min. Okay, so it will mean tallest. So now, that's what I was saying. If the min is not there, it will mean tallest. Okay, but here, if the min is attached, it will mean taller. Okay, so innahu atwalu talibin. He is the tallest student. أطول طالب, tallest student, في فصلنا, in our class. ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم. So he has said Hamid is taller than him. He is the tallest student in their class. So he's now asking the Ahmad, and who is ومن أطول طالب في فصلكم, and who is the tallest student in your class? So he's also asking him. So Ahmad answers by saying that أطول طالب في فصلنا إبراهيم. أطول طالب, the tallest student. Okay, tallest student. في فصلنا, in our class, Ibrahim is Ibrahim. So observe, whenever you are using the superlative, okay, tallest student, okay, shortest student, okay, fastest car, okay. So that noun, the noun you are describing, okay, with that superlative, is all in Arabic is always going to be majrur. So that's why we say atwalu talibin. Atwalu talibin. Okay. So if I want to say the closest house, akrabu baytin, you see, not akrabu baytun. I will say use dhamma on it. Okay. Okay. So Ali says, adaftaruka haza ya Ahmad. Is this your notebook? Inna hattaka. Indeed, this is harf al-tawkid, right, for emphasis. Inna hattaka jamilun jiddan. Ma mana hattun. This is a pronoun, so we should just concentrate on this one. The ha and then the ta. Hattun. Hattun. Ma mana hattun. Hattun means handwriting. Okay, your handwriting. So inna hattaka. So that's why you see that the fatha on it. Inna hattaka. This is a tanween. I am saying a tanween, a pronoun. Okay, a damir al-muttasil. So hattaka, your handwriting. Jamilun jiddan is very beautiful. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So Ahmad says, Shukran ya Ali. Thank you. He has thanked him. Hatti, my handwriting, jamilun is beautiful. Wa hattuka ajmalu. Okay, wa hattuka ajmalu. And your handwriting is, the most beautiful. Okay. Ali says, Man hazal fata alladhi ma'aka ya Ahmad. Who is this young man? Alladhi ma'aka ya Ahmad. Who is with you, ya Ahmad? Ka'annahu akhuka. As if he is your brother. Ka'annahu akhuka. Okay. As if he is your brother. So he's asking a question. Okay. Ahmad replied by saying, Naam, huwa akhi shakik. Huwa akhi shakik. Ma mana akhi? Akhi, we know akhi means brother. But what is shakik? A shakiku. Ma mana shakiku? Shakikun. Shakikun means when it is mostly used for family relatives. Okay. When you say, for example, akhi shakik, it means your brother whom you share the same mother and father with. Okay, so you have a brother. It's not that your mother, you share the same mother or you share the same father but different mothers. No, shakikun is from the same father, the same mother. Okay, that kind of relationship you have with a particular person is what we call shakik. So if I say akhi shakik, meaning he's my brother, we are from the same mother and the same father. So that is shakik. Okay, so Aliyun, you can say, Aliyun says, Akbaru minka huwa am asgaru. Akbaru, is he bigger? Minka, than you. Okay. Huwa, he. Okay. Bimana, this sentence is just, how do I say it? Nice way of writing it. But if you could just reshape it. You could bring this huwa at the beginning. Huwa akbaru minka am asgaru. Simple. Okay. But you say akbaru minka huwa am asgaru. Is he bigger than you or smaller than you? Bimana, in age. Huwa asgaru minni. He is smaller than me. He is smaller than me. في أي محجأ أنت يا أخي. In which mahja'un anta are you, ya akhi, oh my brother. So ma mana mahja'un. What is the meaning of mahja'un? The mahja'un is the hostel. Okay, I think it is here. The picture is here. You can see a hostel here. A hostel. This is a hostel. So we call it the mahja'un hostel. Okay. Let's continue. So Ahmad says that Ana fil mahja'i. So Ahmad is speaking. Ana fil mahja'i al-khamisi. I am in the 5th hostel. Okay, khamis is the 5th one. Ana fil mahja'i al-khamis. Wa huwa ba'idun jiddan an al-jami'a. And it is very far away. Ba'idun jiddan, very far. An al-jami'a, from the jami'a. So Ali says, Ana fi mahja'i samini. I am in the 8th hostel. وَهُوَ أَبْعَدُ مِنْ مَخْجَئِكُمْ. And it is farther. وَهُوَ أَبْعَدُ مِنْ. So farther. ER. You see the min is there. So that is the comparative. Okay. So farther than mahja'ikum, than your hostel. Ahmad Nancy. أَيُّهُمَا أَحْسَنُ. أَيُّهُمَا أَحْسَنُ. Which of them is best? Okay. Ahsan. Ayyuhuma ahsan. Hasanun is something to be good. Okay. So we have good, better, and then we have best, right? So ahsan is best. Okay. So for example, Allah says, وَبِالْ وَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. And to your parents, be best to them as you can be. Be the best you can to your parents. Okay. As for your parents, you don't have to be playing with them. You have to be the best to them as you can be. Okay. So ahsanu is best. Aliyun. Al-mahja'ul khamisu. Okay. Al-mahja'ul khamisu. The 5th hostel. Ahsanu is best. Or is the best. Is best. It's best. فَإِنَّ غُرَفَهُ. For indeed, or for verily, Gurafahu is rooms. Gurfatun is a single room. Gurafun is rooms. Okay, so for example, I have in the Quran, Gurafun mabniyatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. Okay, Allah describing the beauty of Jannah. And then Allah talk about a lot of things. Okay, chambers, several chambers. Okay, mabniyatun tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. Okay, so this word is the gurafun, that is rooms. Okay, the plural of gurfatun. So for inna gurafahu, for indeed, is rooms. Awsa'u. If you can remember, we look at what's the name? Wasi'un. Okay, we say wasi'un. Al-faslu wasi'un. The classroom is wide. Okay, so when we say awsa'u, wider. Okay, wider or widest. Okay, it depends. But sometimes, let me try to tell you, even though we said the mean is, it comes to, when the mean is attached, it will mean the comparative. But sometimes the mean will not be added, but it is still comparative. And in that case, why that is done is when the two things are mentioned. Okay, so for example, you see Muhammad and then Hassan are taller, but Muhammad is taller, or is, for example, you see Muhammad and Hassan is taller, but Muhammad is more taller. I hope that is clear. So at the beginning, you already made a clue that you are talking about two people. So in that is what that is what is happening here. When the two things are mentioned, you see al-mahja'ul khamisu. We can see that he already talked about the two mahja, the two hostels. He mentioned the if one and then the fifth one. So here he just used awsa'u to mean taller. Okay, taller. Instead of the mean would have been there. Okay, but because they are already mentioned, okay, at the beginning, that is why he just used awsa'u. Okay. وَنَوَافِذَهُ, and its windows, akbar, okay, are big. okay, are bigger. وَمَرَاحِيضَهُ أَنْصَفُ. Marahid is the plural of mirhad. Mirhadun, you can remember the toilet. Mirhad, okay, is the toilet. وَمَرَاحِيضَهُ, marahidun is the plural. Toilets. So وَمَرَاحِيضَهُ, and his toilets. أَنْصَفُ. Ma ma'ana ansofu? You can remember nazifun. Al-qamisu nazifun. The dress is clean. Nazifun. When we say nazifun, something to be clean. Okay, so for example, I can say al-ghurfatu nazifun jiddan, or I'll say al-faslu nazifun jiddan. The classroom is very clean. Okay, so anzofu is the ism tafdil, just what I told you. Anzofu, af'alu, ajmalu, ahsanu, asgaru. So anzofu, nazifun, anzofu. Okay, cleaner. Okay, cleaner. Anzofu min this one. The makhja is samin, the if hostel. Okay, wasurur allati, sururun is the plural of what? Sarirun, bed. Okay, wasurur allati, then the beds, allati fihi, which are in it, ajmalu, are beautiful. Okay, are beautiful, or are more beautiful. Okay, so we have tamarin here, exercise. Tamarin here. So they want us to answer. So that's what they say. Ajib anil as'ilat al-atiyah. Answer the following questions. So this will depend on what we have just read. So we really need to understand them to be able to answer these particular questions. Okay. So the first one, they are saying that كم طالبا في فصل أحمد. Okay. كم طالبا في فصل أحمد. If you can remember, they said they were 14 students. So we can say that في فصل أحمد, in Ahmed class, 19 طالبا, they are 14 students, right? Then the second one, كم طالبا في فصل علي. How many students are in the fasl, in the class of Ali? Okay, in the class of Ali. Sorry, I said here. What did I say? Did I say 14 or 16? Okay, I think Ahmad was 16, right? 16. Okay, and this one was 14, right? Ali has 14, right? So this one is 16 rather. Sorry, I said 14. That's a mistake. So kam taliban fi fasl aliyin. How many students are in the fasl of Ali? So it will be what, as we said, 14. So fi fasl aliyin, arba'ata ashara taliban. Okay, arba'ata ashara taliban. They are 14 students. I'll teach. We will look at how they are being, formed. The numbers from 11 to 19. Okay, as I said, in the SIF page, when we get to the SIF page, we will explain it in a more wider, okay, in a broad form. Okay, so man atwalu talibin fi fasli ahmada. Who is the tallest student? Atwalu talibin, tallest student fi fasli ahmada, in Ahmed's class. Who is that? Was it not Ibrahim? So Ibrahim huwa atwalu talibin fi fasli Ahmad. Okay. So waman atwalu talibin fi fasli aliyin. Who was the tallest student in Ali's class? Okay. I think it was Ahmad. Okay. So Ahmadu huwa atwalu talibin fi fasli aliyin. Okay. Now let's continue. The next one is saying that da hazihi al-alama. Okay, put correct. We're going to mark correct and wrong these sentences. أمام الجمل الصحيحة وهذه العلامة علامة. This is خطأ, wrong. أمام الجمل التي ليست صحيحة. In front of the sentences that are not correct. Okay, so you read the sentence. If it is correct, you mark it. If it is wrong, you put wrong. And this has to depend on the dialogue that we have read. Okay. So الطالب الجديد الذي جاء أمس اسمه أسامة. The student, the new student who came yesterday, his name is Usama. Is it correct? Yes, it's correct. اسمه Usama. The name is Usama. So correct. حامد في فصل أحمد. No, this is not correct. Okay. Let's also mark. Let's mark. Okay. So هذا صحيح, right? وهذا خطأ, right? This is wrong. Okay. So المحجأ الثامن, the if hostel. غرفه is rooms. أوسع, this is wrong. All the good features that he described. His toilets are clean. It is wide. It was for the fifth one. Okay, so all the if one, he didn't mention any good character for it. Good quality for it. Okay. So this one, al-mahja us-saminu ab'adu min al-mahja il-khamisi. Okay, the if hostel is far. That is correct. Okay, that is correct. So okay, so this is it, right? Let's continue, inshallah. So this is the third one. This is the third assignment. Ikra il-misalayn al-atiyayn. Read the two following examples. So we have given you two examples. Okay. The ism tafdil. Okay. So Hashimun tawilun. This is an example, so please observe. Hashimun tawilun. Hashim is tall. Wa Hamidun atwal minhu. And Hamid is taller than him. Aminatu saghiratun. Amina is small. Wa Zainabu asgharu minha. And Zainab is smaller than her. What they are trying to depict is that, you see, if in terms of gender, what's the name? Ism tafdil. It doesn't have for gender, or it doesn't differentiate between genders. Okay, so for example, you want to say the boy is the tallest. You say al-waladu. Okay, I'm talking about a young boy, of course. So the boy, al-waladu atwalu. Talibin fi faslihi. The boy is the tallest student. Assuming it is also girl, you also say, you use the same thing. Okay, you use the same thing. So you can say al-fatatu atwalu. You use atwalu again. Okay, you won't say atwalatun. No, we don't do that. In ism tafdil, when we are dealing with ism tafdil, akbaru, asgaru, it could be used for both masculine and feminine without any problem. That is how it is. There is no differentiation. Whether you are talking about masculine or feminine, you use the same thing. Whether another one is singular or plural, there's no differentiation. You still use the same thing. Okay, you still use the same thing. I hope that is clear. Okay. So, for example, you want to see students. Okay, well, inshallah, it will come. Let's continue. We'll see it, what I'm talking about. So, let's not waste time here. So, Hazal Kitab. Okay, so we have seen it. Okay, so now they want us to do the same thing. Okay, Hazal Kitab ashalu min zalika. Okay, we are reading here. This is not an exercise. We are reading. They are trying to explain some certain things. Hazal Kitab ashalu min zalika. This book is Mawana ashalu. Just take the 2-letter words. I've seen the 2-letter words, the 3-letter words. You can send it back to its normal form. So now, even if they give you an ism tafdil, without you can determine the type of adjective where it came from. Okay, if it is on the af'alu pattern. So the noun here is what? Sahlun. Okay, we said sahlun means what? Sahlun is what? Easy, right? So ashalu is the easiest. Or ashalu. Okay, they have added min, so it is comparative. So easier. Okay, min zalika, than that. هذه السيارة أجمل من تلك. This car is beautiful, then it's more beautiful than that. Hamza to akbaru minni sinnan. Hamza is akbaru, is bigger than me. Akbaru minni is bigger than me. Sinnan, ma ma'ana sinnan? I told you sinnun means age. Okay, so they can ask you, ma sinnuka, what is your age? So that is sinnun. So this is, I don't know if you can try to, what is the grammatical class of this? Sinnan. Just give yourself a few seconds and try to identify what it is. Hamza akbaru minni. Hamza is bigger than me. And then he added sinnan. Bimana in terms of age. I said sinnun means age. So Hamza is bigger than me. Sinnan in terms of age. Okay, that's how we see in terms of age. Sinnan. So in grammar, what type of, I just mentioned it at the beginning of the level. I made mention of some, we saw that same thing. We call this is tamyiz again, tamyiz. It counts for specification. He could say Hamza is bigger than me in terms of several things, in terms of body size, in terms of what, other things. But if he says sinnan, he makes his statement specific. He's talking about years, not bigger than him in terms of any other thing, whether body size or whatever. He's talking about age. So he has made a specification by adding the sinnan. So it is called what? Tamyiz. Tamyiz is to make something specific. The last time I told you it comes from the verb. The verb from it is mayyaza yumayyizu, to distinguish, to make something separate from other things. Okay, to make something look distinguishable. We call it mayyaza yumayyizu. He has distinguished it. Okay, so tamyiz. Tamyiz. So don't forget this. We'll see it a lot. You see it a lot. If it comes in a lot in the Quran. Okay, a very important concept. So ha'ula'i tullabu ahsanu min ula'ika. We know what this means. Baiti ab'adu anil madrasati. So Baiti, my house, ab'adu anil madrasati, is far from the, okay, is father. This ab'adu, let me try to tell you something. You see this ab'adu, we call it, I translated it to mean what? Father. Comparative, ER, father, not farthest. Because of, this is the mean. They didn't join the mean to it. Okay. He could have just said, Baiti ab'adu min baitika anil madrasati. That's how, literally, that's how the sentence is. Baiti, my house, ab'adu min baitika, is farther than your house. Ab'adu min, farther than baitika, your house. Anil madrasa, from the madrasa. Meaning he's comparing his house and your house to the madrasa. So he's comparing these two things, his house and your house, to the madrasa. And he's saying my house is farther than your house. And the reference is the madrasa, from the madrasa. Okay, but he didn't join it like that. Baiti ab'adu anil madrasati, my house is farther from the madrasa than your house. Huwa asgharu minni sinnan. He is younger than me. He is smaller than me. Okay, but here we don't see small. Okay, even though it will make meaning. Okay, huwa asgharu minni. Saghirun means small. Asgharu minni, smaller than me. So this minna, okay, minna from us. I'm saying from us, than us. Okay, minna, not minni. So I thought it was minni. So huwa asgharu minna. He is smaller than us. Sinnan. This is tamyiz again, to distinguish. He's talking about age, not smaller than them in anything. Okay. Hatti ahsanu min hattika. My handwriting, ahsanu min, is better. Okay. You can remember we have good, and then we have better, and then we have best, right? So that's the second level. Better. So hatti, my handwriting, ahsan min hattika, is better than your handwriting. Okay. Okay. So he said that هذا الشارع أنظف من ذلك. أنظف is nazifun. It's coming from nazifun. Okay, clean. So هذا الشارع. The sharia is ما معنى الشارع؟ الشارع. The street. هذا الشارع. This street or road. أنظف من ذلك is cleaner than that. Okay. اللبن أحسن من الشاي. من الشاي. اللبن, the milk. أحسن من الشاي is better than the tea. هذه الساعة, this watch, أرخص من تلك. ما معنى أرخص؟ أرخص means cheaper. رخيص, if you can remember, we say رخيص. رخيص means cheap. It's the opposite of غال. غال means expensive. غال, this one, let me write it so that you see what I'm talking about this. I'm using mouse to write, so please, this, if I say this, okay. So غال, this is what expensive. Okay, غال, expensive. And then the opposite is رخيص, cheap. So if you say أرخص, cheaper. أرخص mean cheaper. أرخص mean تلك, cheaper than that. Okay. So we have here the last one. Okay, I think that's what we have seen. So we'll now go to the fourth assignment. كون, okay, كون جملا من الكلمات الآتية مستعملا اسم التفضيل. So كون, we are going to form, okay, جملا, sentences, من الكلمات الآتية, from the following كلمات, from the following words. مستعملا, using اسم تفضيل, using اسم تفضيل. So هاشم, طويل, Usman, try to form is, they have two people here. Try to see Hashim is, the adjective here is Tawil, which means what? Tall. So try to see Hashim is taller than Usman. That's what they want you to see. So how do you see it here? Okay, so you see here Hashimu or Hashimun atwalu min Usmana. Here is going to be Usmana. Please take note. Why? Mamnu'u min as-sarf. So not min Usmani. So Hashimun atwalu min Usmana. Al-Qahiratu akbaru min ar-Riyadi. Right? Min ar-Riyadi. Right? Okay. Okay, so هذا الفندق. Right? هذا الفندق أنظف من ذلك. هذا الفندق أنظف, from نظيف, أنظف من ذلك. Okay. اللغة العربية, Arabic language. سهل is easy. أسهل is what? Easier. أسهل من, easier. So أسهل من اللغة الفرنسية. So we have to change this to كسرة. من اللغة الفرنسية. Okay. So أنا أكبر, not كبير. أنا أكبر منه. I am bigger than him. أنا أكبر منه. So here will be what? هو أصغر, صغير, أصغر منك. Okay, منك. You have to make it a ضمير المتصل. We won't leave it like this. So الرجال أكثر من النساء. الرجال أكثر من النساء. Then here أنت أحسن منا. Sorry, مني, not نحن. مني, than me. You are better than me. أنت أحسن مني. Okay. الموز أرخص من العنب. الموز أحسن من العنب. So what is موز? ما معنى موز? The موزون is the Let me show you. This is what we call the Maw-izah. See the Maw-izah. This one. You can see the banana. That's what we call the Maw-izah. Okay. Maw-izah. Maw-izah. Okay. So arhasu is cheaper. Min al-inabi is cheaper than the what? Than the inab. Okay. So here is the as I said, the initial verb is what? It's rakhisu. So if you want to make it the ism tafdil, we just change it to what? To arhasu. Okay. Then we have here Ash-shamsu ab'adu. Ash-shamsu ab'adu. So ba'idun ab'adu min al-qamari. Okay. Min al-qamari is farther than the qamar. Okay, the shams is farther. Okay, I think I didn't see this one. Okay, arhasu min al-inabi. Ma'ana inab. What is inab? Okay. This one has come a lot in the Quran, right? We have been seeing it in the Quran. The inab, let me show you again. Let me show you. You can see it. That's what we term the inab. Okay. The grapes. Grapes. So for example, Allah says, وَعِنَبًا وَقَدْبًا. وَإِنَبًا وَقَدْبًا. Okay. وَإِنَبًا وَقَدْبًا. Inab is a grape. Grapes. Okay. So الشمس أبعد من القمر. The sun is أبعد, is farther. من القمر. Than the qamar, than the moon. Okay. So we have a fifth one here. A fifth assignment. So as we do usually, we will answer everything. At least we have done 4 exercises, 4 of them. So you can see this one. Haza huwa al-khamis. This is the 5th one. Okay. And we have to at least give the student at least one assignment to also try his hands on it. And then, as I said, we have been providing the answers, so the answer is available. So you have to check, do it, and then cross check with the answers that we are going to provide. Okay, if you don't understand anything or if there is any difficulty, again, the moderators are there in each group. Okay, whichever group you are, or maybe you are not in the group or wherever, but we will check where you are getting it, whether I don't know, whether on YouTube, whether on wherever. The answers are available in those particular places. Okay, so please try to do this one. Okay, it is very easy. Okay, اقرأ الأمثلة ثم حول الجمل الآتية على غرارها مستعملا اسم التفضيل. Okay, so it's just the same thing that we have done, similar thing we have done. Okay. Muhammadun Talibun Hasanun. So you change this Hasanun to Ahsan. Okay. So it is not in it a big deal. So please do it. Inshallah. We'll pause here and then we'll continue in the 6th exercise. There is a 6th exercise. They are bringing a lot of exercises so that we'll become familiar with it. We'll see how they are being used in the Arabic language. Okay. And inshallah, after that, we'll do the exercises. We will continue the second part of the lesson, and that will be, as I said, they will be added, and then the madu, the continuation from where we learn a part of it, not everything about the numbers. We didn't learn the 13, 14, 15, those group from the 11 to 19. We'll look at it inshallah later. We only look at 2 to 10, right? 2 to 10. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll look at the continuation of the numbers also. But we'll complete this exercise. This one is for the student, but we'll look at, there's a 6th assignment. I think the 7th one is also there. I don't know where let me see. As you can see, it's a 7th one. 8th one, 9th one. You see, 9 assignments. Or they may even be 10, 11, 12. You see. So the assignments are a lot, actually a lot. Okay, a lot. Okay, but I think this is for the numbers aspect. These assignments are for the numbers aspect. And this particular, what we have learned, the ism tafdil, the highest is 7. Okay, the highest is 7. Is 7. So there are 7 assignments, and we have done 4. So the 5th one is for the student. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll look at the 6th, 7th. Then we'll look at the numbers, and then we'll conclude the lesson, inshallah. And that will be the end of the lesson. So, Jazakum Allahu Khairan fi hayatikum. وبارك الله لي ولكم في قرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.